Hi guys. Okay, I've been asked on Facebook to share my personal thoughts and views on runes. Runes is one of the more older methods of divination. It's very symbolistic because it is total symbols, which is awesome. So it plays completely on that left side, that spiritual side of the brain. But you have to learn them differently. Most divinatory methods, you can pick up some books, take some classes, do some study, boom, you got it. Other than astrology and mediumship, it isn't that hard to do. However, with runes, you have to really spend some time. And when I say time, I'm talking a few years, even a couple decades to get to know them. Reason being is they are directly connected to the gods. The Germanic gods have total influence in them. The story of Odin going and hanging on the tree, depending on the storyteller, the amount of time to get the knowledge of the runes from the weird, and then passing it on to man. With them, you have to actually learn not only to read them, but to cut them and to blood them. And what do I mean by that? You have to not only learn the psychic meaning of them, what the symbol is and what it means, the god that's associated to it, but you have to also be able to make them. You should make your own set. A lot of people, there's a lot of store-bought sets that work just fine. But you need to be able to learn what to do with them, how to read them, how to cooperate with them. Now, with runes, after you learn to read them, you learn to cut them, you need to blood them. And the act of blooding them makes them, in my opinion, holy. It clarifies them and makes them purely yours. So it's not like you can pass them down to someone else, although I'm sure that people have given runes that have been blooded or whatever. You also have to be careful with them, because if you use them for other things like spell work or, as talismans, I see a lot of people running around with them as talismans on necklaces, and that's kind of cute, but it's jewelry. The symbol itself has power. But in my suggestions, you should take your time to learn them. You should make your own set, or find a set that you can empower yourself. I do think it takes a lot more time than like tarot or astrology or numerology or any of the other divinatory methods. But it is very versatile and viable. I do feel like I tend to use them more for spell work and, talismans and afflames than I do anything else, because I don't publicly read with the runes. I won't. I do have a book suggestion, and it's a harder one to find, of course. Aeson, is always the one that has the hard books to find that he recommends. But it's called The Rune Mysteries by Nicholas Jackson and Silver Ravenwolf. This is a hard book. Amazon had it for like $2,000, but I went over to half.com and got it for like $13, $14 if I remember right. And it comes with a deck of cards. Now, runes are normally made out of stone, preferably bloodstone, i.e. blood them, or it's made out of wood. I have a set made out of amethyst that I use for certain divinatory things, but I think I'd like them out of wood, personally, and I'd like to make them myself. I just haven't had time, because for me, I connect with them on one level, but it's more of a private, inner spiritual level than on an outside public level that's like, here, let me show you what I got. But here's some examples of the cards that they come with, fully colored. I love these cards. They're very, very bright, very, it gives you the connection with the god meaning, home. We'll talk about the blank one here in a minute. Birch, protection. Swan, transformation. Azil, Hoggoat, Ing, torch, year, time passing, gift, human, man. I love the artwork on these. Cattle, i.e. money. Now this is the one they use a lot of times for protection. Thar. And Tharzine or Thar is very, very good for protection. Raido, Bay, course, you have Sol, Sun, Yarrow, Ice. You know, because they believe that the world was created with ice and fire blending. If you have a situation you need to stop, use this rune. It'll stop it immediately. What I was showing you guys was the cards, and we have Lot. Of course, this is psychic abilities, mysteries. Lake Lazelle. Horse, force, power, strength. And Thor. Now, I said we'd talk a little bit about the blank one. In every deck, you'll have a blank rune or a blank card. This is a card set of runes, so there's a card. Others have blank runes. And with that, you can choose it to be unknown, or to be yes, or you can find your own meaning into it. I prefer when a blank one comes up for a rune pull, that it's unknown, undecided yet, and you've got to make your own choices. So, do I like runes? I love runes. Do I think that everybody's a rune reader? No, I'm not a rune reader. A lot of people aren't rune masters. I think it takes a lot to become a rune master. Do I think that it falls into everybody's practice? No, I don't. I don't see like an Egyptian pagan using runes. That's kind of like upside down. Because they wouldn't know each other. I do think that if you've got Germanic history, Germanic ancestry, that it'll be easier for you to learn them. Also, you have bind runes, and with bind runes, they can be quite dangerous. One misbound rune almost killed somebody. There's a story that I learned in when I took one of my rune classes, because I've taken a few, of a person who was new to runes, and what they did was they combined a few of them to help heal somebody. So that was okay, right? Trying to do a good thing here to get them all set together and, you know, the rune to help them heal. The person just got sicker and sicker and sicker. Then they asked somebody that knew the runes to come and look at them. And with them being bound the way they were, they actually created a thing to suck the health out of the person. So immediately, you know, they changed the bedclothes. He destroyed the rune, cut it off, planed it right, put the correct rune there, and they were able to heal. Another class that I took told a story of a set of runes creating a bind rune that was carved into a ship. Well, the ship sank. Yes, sank. Runes can sink a ship, just like lips can. Alright, so those are two stories. So if you're going to learn to bind them, study them first and be very careful with your binding of your runes, so that you're not creating other runes that may be working against you. Alright, so that's my thoughts on runes. If you want more topics or more of Aeson's ideas, comment in the section below, or hit me up on Facebook with ideas, or Twitter, or anywhere. Alright guys, see you later.